KMES English Medium Junior College welcome its students for the online lectures of philosophy for Standard 11, Chapter 3, Appearance are Deceptive. For the topic, the difference between what is and what we see, the concept and the nature of Satya. Introduction to the chapter Appearance are Deceptive. The title of the chapter is a proverb. But have you ever noticed how expressive even the simplest proverbs and idioms are? The wisdom of the generation in a culture transmutes into a proverb. Phrases. Appearance are deceptive. All that glitter is not gold. Distant lends enhancement to the views. All this proverb warn us against the mistake of taking things for what they outward appear to be. The reality of things can be far removed from appearance. To explain it in philosophical terms, it is true that our five sense organs use us about the object of the world. It informs us about the object of the world, their shape, structures, properties and interrelationships. But this knowledge isn't absolutely reliable. For several reasons, the world appears to be different than what it is really. All of us experience this one way or another. So the traditional wisdom instruction us in not believing anything blindly. We try to keep this in mind, yet at times we dispute. Strict limb of a tree sometimes frightens us in the dark. Sometimes we try to smell the artificial flower, taking them as a real. In short, it becomes urgent for us to be able to distinguish between illusion and reality. Let us look at the story of Sukti Rajat Nyaya and Rajju Sarpa Nyaya. In Indian philosophy, especially in Advaita Darshana, two examples relate to the proverb appearance are deceptive. One is of Sukti Rajat Nyaya and other is of Rajju Sarpa Nyaya. The word Nyaya is used here as an analogy. Sukti is a cell, Rajat is silver. A cell shining in the sun's light is viewed from a distance, look like a piece of silver, but the closer view reveals that it is a shell. Similarly, if we see a raju, that is a rope, lying wishy-washy from a distance, we get sad thinking that it is a snake. A little more observation makes us realize that actually it is not a snake. What both these examples tell us is that we get deceived due to the similarity between what seems appear to be the case and what is the case. The shimmer of the shell is like silver, while the wishy-washy shape of the rope is like a snow. These examples are given in the Indian tradition in order to explain the fact that the true nature of the world cannot be understood easily and that makes the attainment of the knowledge of the world is difficult. The difference between what is and what we see. For philosophers, it is very much important to know how to make distinction and on what basis. Metaphysics studies reality or such. As we saw in the last chapter, how to differentiate between the real and what merely appear to be real is a crucial question. Layman does not try to make such a differentiation. Do you remember a child tale where a furious lion bounds on his own reflection, thinking it is his rivalry, and falls into the well? We do not confuse reflection with reality. The existence of shadow and reflection depend on the object that they are shadowed or reflection of, and also on mirror, the light or a water surface. But the object exists despite the existence of its shadow or reflection. All of us have dream in our sleep, but we do not realize it to be a dream. As and when we dream, all that take place in a dream appear true while we dream. We get scared or overjoyed in the dream. Sometimes we cry as well. It is only after that, waking up, that we know it was only a dream. Even in waking life, we sometimes have illusion or hallucination of things that does not exist. The above discussion demonstrates that the truthfulness of our experience cannot be established until we examine it. Our experience of the world is the only foot we have for making a distinction between real and unreal. The metaphysical what is inversely connected with the epistemological how do we know. The concept and the nature of Satya, real. The experience that informs us on what is always subjective, meaning it changes to various degrees from person to person. Reaching college early in the morning, some find it weather cold, some find it hot, whereas some find it pleasant. While having the sweet meat, some find it tasty, sticky, sweet. Some find it perfectly fine and some find it insipid. The main reason behind this is the difference of psychosomatic features of human beings. Especially situational factors affect our experience too. There are internal as well as external things. Just as sound travels faster in winter due to the atmospheric density is an instance of external factor. The malfunction of our olfactory system when it catches common cold is an instance in internal factor. An experience is shaped by the complex interaction among factors such as person, psychosomatic state and external circumstances. These factors change constantly. An experience cannot be called real or unreal until we truly investigate it. Through such investigation into experience, philosophers reach the fact that although the experience changes from person to person, the object of experience does not change according to the changing experiencer. It remains as it is. Its existence, structures, quality are not dependent on experience. They are not affected by weather and how they are experienced. So, the existence and nature of an object is objective, even though its experience is subjective. That alone is real, actual. From this fact, it can be inferred that the object or the event experienced by one person cannot possibly be real. The thing that we experience in dream and illusion fall under this category because their existence is limited to a single person only. Such experiences are real, but their content aren't for real as an objective existence of nature. Going little further in this direction, we come to ask if it is possible that real has a changing nature, and why does it change, if at all it does. Distant sounds are heard only in winter and not in summertime. This fact applies equally to all persons with a normal hearing ability. The varying experience in changing seasons is conditional. It changes according to the changing condition. The properties of the object are similar alter by change of condition. The solid, liquid or gaseous state of water is determined by its temperature. These states of water are conditional, but under all conditions, water is a constituent of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Therefore, it is the true nature, sattva rupa of water, H2O, is the permanent nature of water. The changing state that varies temperature are impermanent consistent, but both the permanent and impermanent state are real because they are objective. The sensation of taste, color, or and touch of water depend on the considerable extent of an experience. But water may taste sour to a person with fever, but sour less is unreal since it does not belong to the belonging to the water. Transformation. The principle that we have seen in the case of water applies to everything that can be perceived by the senses. The things, their state and quality keep changing. Transience is their nature as it were. Creation, substance and dissolution are 3 basic forms of transformation. Organisms are born, they grow and perish. They think naturally materialize and disintegrate due to change in the basic element. Human creates stuff which break down someday or the other. The process of transformation ceaselessly goes on. But some philosophers thought that there must be an external principle which lies beyond this everlasting process of rise and fall of being. They reckon this principle to be eternal, permanent and constant. Getting back to the case of water, its original composition does not change with change of state. The structure and the existence of atom that forms a molecule of water is even more fundamental. These atoms retain their original form upon breakup and can fuse with other atoms to constitute other molecules. Since the ancient times, metaphysicians labored to unravel an eternal principle underlying the consistent world. Some philosophers propose that the existence of that which change depends on what which does not change, and that alone is real. Change cannot ultimately be real. It takes place on the superficial level. But some other philosophers maintain that change is the actual nature of the world. They misuse the notion of an internal underlying alterable principle. They believe that change is the only permanent principle, the law of world. Number of fundamental principles. There are 3 theories that we are going to study. One is monism, another is dualism, and the third is pluralism. Philosopher or darshana. Monism is being taught by Parmenides, Advaita Vedanta, Spinoza, Hegel. Dualism is taught by Sankhya Darshana, Descartes, whereas pluralism is being educated by Leibniz and Jain Darshana.